get out of here. Get out of here. Don't let it happen again. All right, here's the thing. My name's Greco Franzino. You might know me. I'm Greco Franzino. We had a little problem here. Me and my crew. I'm here with my crew. I don't know how this podcasting works, fellas, but you go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Misa Bimbop! Misa Jar Jar Binks' brother Bimbop!
Yeah, that's my main left-hand man, Jar Jar Binks' brother, Bimbop. And he's here with the other, should I say, associate.
Carlos. I am Carlos de Carlos. Carlos de Carlos III of Carlos Socio Sucio Casio Svanjacianto.
Yeah, that's right.
Mexican liberal.
So I'm Greco Franzino, and I'm here with my crew, who is Jar Jar Binks' brother, Bimbop, and Carlos de Carlos, Juan Carlos, the Mexican liberal, the Sushiwana. Here, let me bring you up to speed on what happened, okay? We're running a crew here out of Astoria, Queens. We pretty much cover the whole metropolitan area. And what we like to do, and I'll tell you straight to your face what we like to do, is we do crime. We do all types of crime, all types of the time. Am I right, Bimbop?
Misa right as rain! Misa do briberies!
Yeah, we do briberies. Carlos here is... You've never seen a man wield a knife with the skills of Carlos de Carlos Juan Carlos.
I have many knives that I carry on my person. I am Carlo de Carlo, master rapper, rapper, and raper. Rap and rape. Like the music and presents.
Yeah, well, I won't judge you for that, because we're criminals. But here's what happened. I'll bring you up to speed. We were doing our normal debt collection. We got a little bookmaking deal on the side. We bet, people bet on the horses. They bet on the football, whatever. And these, I don't know what you call them, the radical dudes. They're in deep to us.
Real quick, I don't know if anyone can hear us. I've never used this equipment before. Can anyone hear you? Does your volume sound good?
Who gives a flying fuck?
You are a crazy criminal.
Here's the thing. So we came by these fellas' home to make a normal collection. These boys are in deep to us. I'm talking $80, $90 they owe us.
Each.
You got that
Each.
right. You got that right. Bimbop, what's that make for a total?
Misa, three of us, $80 each. That's $270.
I can't do that. I can't fact check him on that. He's our numbers man. I trust him.
9 times 3 is 27. 90 times 30 is more than that.
Lost me. You lost me with 9. You lost me there. I am not very good with numbers.
In jail, where I met Bimbop, they called him the human calculator, which I thought was weird because he's not even a human.
No, he is the...
Misa thought that was interesting, too.
But let me tell you what went down, and then I'll let Carlos get into the nitty-gritty details because we call him the human video camera.
My eyes and ears.
Yes, he's got eyes and ears like a hawk and a pair of binoculars combined. But we came by to make our collections. These boys were into us for $270. Turns out they don't have the scratch. So we said, you want to negotiate? We'll negotiate. What do you got? And this fuckface Brendan looks me right in the eye and he says, the only thing we got in life is our podcast. That's all we live for. That's all we got. We're about to record it.
So we took them out.
That's right, Carlos.
We took what they needed.
We took their podcast and we said, until you pay us, until you make good, we'll tie you up, put you in the corner, make you, and Bimbop. Yeah, that's it. Shut up! Shut up!
Get down, Scribner.
Yeah.
Write this down.
Yeah. And Bimbop made them touch each other's wieners because he gets sick like that. Every job we do, he's making a guy touch another guy's wiener.
It's humiliating for them, which is an added level of stuff.
Yeah, that weird Gungan over there, He's a real pervert. On their planet, I think it's okay.
We used to have different
Hold on.
rules on our planet.
So this is they wrote down a few notes for us. So that's what's happening. They can't pay us. Fine, we do your podcasty this week, and I don't even know what a podcasty is, but we're doing it. They wrote down a few notes. They said, "Welcome to episode 63."
Yeah, we got over here on this piece of paper. We got some characters we got to get into later.
Okay, good. We're getting some characters later that they made notes for. They said, "Welcome to episode 63 of the Rad Dudecast." They said to follow them on Twitter. Never heard of that. That sounds like a real flash in the pan.
I followed a girl home yesterday from. She was at the deli. 2-3 blocks. I followed her. She started to run. I got my asthma, so I had to take a break. But if I would have caught her, I'd have tied her up, chopped her up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they meant.
Yeah,
And that's why you're in the crew, because you don't see an opportunity and forget about it. But that's the thing. I worry about you. Make sure you're bringing your inhaler out there with you.
you know it. I am a master chameleon. I don't know if you have my master skills. I blend in with whomever's around me. So if I know you guys know, but if my voice tends to change, that's just because it's my natural chameleonic abilities as Carlos de Carlos.
Well, I remember when I first met you down in that pool hall in South Jersey. They used to say, "This man, he's the man of 1,000 voices and no voices at all." And I said,
Yes,
"That's a
it's very
man I
true.
gotta know." But they said follow him on Twitter at the Rad Dudecast for updates and whatnot. Who gives a fuck? Then they said, now what we like to do on this podcast is we do a quiz, we do this, that, and I said, shove it up your goddamn ass, because we're gonna do whatever we want, because this is the
Crime cast.
Crime.
Yes.
Yes, this is the crime cast, baby. We're talking
Crime.
We're talking all the crime, all the
Time.
yeah. Carlos de Carlos, Juan Carlos, and Bimbop, and Greco Franzino coming at you live, baby. Now,
Talking about crime.
Crime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got this.
just 3 criminals, and we're talking
Crime, man. Crime
Now,
time.
first crime I'd like to get into. If we're gonna first crime, I'd like to talk about simple assault.
Oh, gotta love it. One of the classics.
One of the classics.
That's your Big Mac
Yeah,
of crime.
Exactly.
Just a go-to.
A go-to assault. Now, I did my first assault. Bimbop. I did my first assault when I was 7 years old. I ran into the postman and I said, "Give me that letter." And he said, "That letter's not addressed to you." So I took a brick. I took a fucking brick and I smashed his head and I took all the letters.
Crime.
Crime, baby.
Great crime.
Great crime.
Then you were the new postman.
No, that's not how that works.
No,
Bimbop.
Bimbop. I
Sorry,
didn't-
Bimbop.
Misa confused.
You silly fuck.
Misa thought you took his job.
No, that's not like being a king. Now I just talk like...
But Misa thinks sometimes criminals are kings.
Criminals can be kings if they are, like King Midas.
Speaking
Joffrey.
of kings,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Carlos, dear Carlos, you did one of the all-time. I think I'm starting to talk like Jar Jar Binks. It's hard. You get around your crew. You're around your crew
Start talking.
all day, and you start
Misa
talking.
pick up characteristics of each other.
I gotta remember. I don't even remember what Carlos originally sounded like.
Yeah.
I
Lisa,
just see
nobody
myself
knows.
as Ricardo.
One of the all-time, speaking of kings, though, one of the all-time famous assaults in the criminal handbook. You, if I'm not mistaken, did in fact do a third-degree assault on a king.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Well, when I was traveling down to the homeland of Arkansas, there was a man called the Chicken King of West 3rd Street. Now, with him, he walks around saying, "I am the Chicken King. I am the Chicken King. All my chicken is better than you. Better. Let me tell you something, my friend. I make chicken, platanos, plantain, black esgat, and a bulut better than anyone I have ever met.
This guy's got the best black Scott I've ever tasted.
And I'm going to tell you my secret recipe, man. You know I'm not going to do that.
You never have.
So, Chicken King's walking around with his crown, and me and my little brother, Wendell, looks to me and he says, "This motherfucker, he think he the fucking king of crime? He the king of chicken? Papa, we is the kings of chickens." So, we raped him.
Me, if the punishment fits the crime.
It fits the crime.
It fits the crime.
Flat out.
I know that's right.
Bent him over. But here's the thing. He liked it.
He loved it.
Because there wasn't no, I said to him, I say, "Chicken King, I'm going to have sex with you." And he said, Of course you will. You are the true king of Arkansas chicken." So we went out, we had some wine. I sat him down. I kissed him, he kissed me. I put my hand under his dress and I jerk him off a little bit. Just nice things.
Listen, Carlos.
Yeah.
Far be it from me to take away from your criminal credentials.
Sure.
Because I've done thousands of crimes.
Thousands upon thousands
I know.
of crime.
Crime, baby. And I know when it comes to crime, you're a primo criminal.
You know this. Everyone
But-
knows this.
And I don't want to make you mad here,
I'm not going to.
but I don't think you raped that man.
Yes, of course, because when I rape, I know what rape is. Okay, I am a master rapist. I bought him a drink. He buy me a drink. He offered me to his place. I go to his place. We watched like 37 episodes of Magna P.I. Great show. We get all erotic and wet. I kiss him on his neck. He says no. I say okay, I'll back off. And then he says, "Oh no, go." So then I put my hand under his dress again and I caress his throbbing cock with my intruderous body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I think we're, and maybe we're getting our signals crossed here a little bit. Sounds to me like
Mixed wires.
because I'm a bit of a jailhouse lawyer myself.
Oh, of course.
And what you're describing there sounds like a classic case of consensual sex.
It's not consensual if you purchase them many medallions.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Bim Bop, I know one of your all-time favorite criminal pastimes, if I will, is you're a classic snake thief, a pickpocket.
Me's a classic pickpocket. Misa used to go down the streets with my grubby fingers, and I used to steal mints out of old women's purses.
Mints from the women's purses.
Yeah,
That's a good rape if I ever heard of
Their
one.
mints because their breath gets ugly as the years go on.
Yeah, you got a big mouth too.
Yes.
So wait, you stole mints from people because they have bad breath?
Yeah. No. What?
I don't understand your crime. Tell
Say
me
it
your
again.
crime. As Ricardo did not understand my crimes of passion, I do not understand your crimes of passion.
Yes.
Also, now I know we've been working together for 7-9 years, whatever, but my name is Greco, not Ricardo.
I gotta be honest with you. 7 years of crime. We don't really talk to each other as much
That's
as we
true.
should.
We
This is
don't.
the first time I've talked to you guys.
It's just a work of art, and we get right to business. Now is a good time for us to really get to know each
That's
other.
what
I didn't
that's
even know you had such a healthy sexual appetite.
Very healthy.
That's
I
what I'm
didn't
thinking.
know.
I came in here, I thought to myself, we're taking over this podcast to teach these fellas a lesson. Pay us.
No.
Pay up or get your most prized possession taken. But now as we sit here and we talk and we open our hearts, I'm beginning to think this might be just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, we are learning more about ourselves than really anything else. In my hometown of Arkansas, I have to tell you, it is a very kind of state where people like to talk to each other and open up and show love. And for this past 7 years with you guys, I felt that I was missing that. I was missing the family, la familia,
Yeah.
la familiazione, whatever you mean.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And if I could make one quick correction here, I know these people at home are thinking to themselves, "Oh boy, Greco and Carlos de Carlos, these sound like two premium, top-notch criminals, but stealing mints from old ladies. What are they hanging around with Bim Bop for?" Well, I'll tell you, you obviously haven't spent much time in the pen, because if you in the clink, you know when it comes to the hierarchy of criminals, there's a pretty straightforward line where it's, at the pretty much near the top you got your murderers. Then right above your murderers come the pickpockets of old ladies' mints. They're up there.
Yeah.
It's a prestigious thing, and then on top of them are the mafia dons. That's the only guy higher than a mint pickpocket is a mafia don. So you know, this Bim Bop, he's for real. He's the real deal.
I don't even know. Me steal the mints.
Yeah, tell us more about this mint stealing. This guy's a real lunatic. That's why I like him.
Yeah.
Me steal the mints because they have ugly mouth breath. But me steal the mints and I put them in me mouth because me breath smells because of the seawater me drinks when me swimming around.
Fair.
Because
Where are you swimming nowadays, Misa?
Whatever waters I find.
Any water?
Yeah, wherever I get thrown into.
Oh, I don't like
Misa
this.
gets thrown in the water by bullies.
Now,
Oh, he's got a bullying problem. You think we would take care of this? But our own criminal mastermind
it's getting bullied.
is getting bullied.
We're one of the primo top criminal crews in the country.
Skateboarders.
We do the by
And our-
skateboarders.
And our main guy
Misa bully me.
is
is
getting
not fun.
bullied by skateboarders. Here's the thing. Why didn't you tell us this sooner? You got Carlos de Juan Carlos, the new
Because we
reigning
never-
chicken king of Arkansas. Guy's got
never
more knives.
talk.
Guy's
We
got more
don't.
knives than a culinary school. And you're not telling him about the skateboarders bullying
Misa
you?
didn't want to bother him.
That's
with
not a
such
bother to me. We're family.
trivial things.
No, it's not trivial. You're getting bullied. I'll go there. I'll rape everyone.
Means a lot to me that you would rape these skateboard teenagers
Yeah.
for Misa.
What are their signs? Gemini, Aquarius. Tell me a little more so I get in there.
I don't. Misa don't tell me the horoscope signs before they throw me in the lake, but I assume
fucked up.
they're all cancers because they're a cancer on my life. So Misa
boy.
get thrown in the lake, and then I kind of drink the seawater because Misa get thirsty because Misa get real dry mouth from the adrenaline that rushed to Misa body. And
Well,
then,
in the mints. You're taking down a lot of mints. That's going to dry
so
out your
Misa
mouth.
get mints in case Misa has to go on a date.
My friend, I do not like to hear that you are being bullied. Why don't you stick up for yourself?
Oh, they're very convincing.
They are convincing
Yes.
into throwing you into the lake?
Well, Misa go, you can't do that to me. And then they go, well, your brother ruined the Star Wars movies. And Misa say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can
They
understand.
say,
Why don't you throw in one of those
belong
little
in a
balls? You
lake.
carry those little bomb balls around with you. Why don't you throw in one of those bomb balls?
I don't have the money to buy a bomb ball.
Bim Bop, I want you to look me in the eyes.
Bimbop's not even my real name.
What's your real name?
Misa don't even know.
Well, then it might be Bim Bop.
It might
I'll
be
just call you that
Bimbop.
until you come up with.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, what?
Charlie Rose.
Your real name is Charlie Rose?
Yeah.
well, I'm going to call you Bim Bop.
Okay, well,
Because
everybody does.
Now, Bim Bop, I want you to look me in the eyes.
Yeah.
This is very important to your self-esteem.
Yeah.
You are not responsible for what your brother did to those movies. You're just
Misa
not.
knows, but we look the same, and people don't know that.
I also want to say that you're not responsible for what those people do to you. That is their problem. That is not your problem.
Misa, that means a lot.
Yeah,
And if I could do an add-on to what he said,
Mm.
a little bit it's your problem because they are throwing you into a lake. So it's not you're not responsible,
Wait,
but you're going to have to
what?
figure out the lake situation.
Yeah, maybe get a rope or something and
yeah.
tie it to one of them so when they throw you in, they throw themselves in as well.
But then they'll just yell at me when we're in the water together.
No, you got to bring them under with you. Bring them
I
under. They'll
drown them
yeah, drown them.
like the devils they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to drown them. That leads me to our next segment. Now, I know a lot of the listeners are at home. They're thinking, when are you going to recount us with one of the great crimes the three of you have committed together?
Oh, so many.
So many to choose from. I don't even know where to begin. There was the time, the great library book heist, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we even want to get into that. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that. Another thing we did is when we put Toyota Camry engines into all of the Honda Civics in Michigan.
Well, people had no idea what kind of cars they were driving.
And that was one of our classics. We still have yet to see the profits aren't rolling in
No.
from that one like we thought they would.
Do you remember the time when we kidnapped Larry King?
How could I forget?
And that guy, we think we just going to roll him over for some money and they're going to pay us. But he became such a good friend.
Misa, he's my best
He
friend.
became such a good friend.
Heart
And now
of gold. Heart of gold.
when does the kidnap become just a hangout?
We are roommates.
What a treat. What a treat.
If I'm being honest, I'd say it becomes a hangout about around Thursday when we broke out the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was by far one of the best crimes.
One of the best crimes.
Crime of friendship.
Misa, I like the Princess Diana one.
Yeah, well,
Let us remember. Refresh in my memory
Misa,
on the Princess Diana one.
I think he means when we killed Princess Diana.
Misa, he's right.
Oh, yes.
Misa,
I had the flu. That was my Michael Jordan moment because I had 103 flu.
Yeah.
Fever.
We didn't think you were going to pull it out, and you pulled it out, baby, like a champion. We were in that tunnel. We flipped her car, killed her and Dodie Al-Fayed right where they stand.
Don't forget the dog. I remember that dog was the hardest one to kill. I just kept twisting his head.
Well, because he was still alive after the initial car crash, you had to get out there, and you literally killed that dog with your bare hands. And that's when I said to myself, well, this is a true friend.
Yeah, of course, because that dog would have talked.
Yeah.
He would have talked to Cesar Milan. Dog, crime, detective.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Misa, that was a good one. Larry King was so good at Mario Kart.
Yeah, he knows really that turbo in the beginning.
You wouldn't have thought, because he's 172 years old.
That guy
The
could party.
Can play, yeah.
That guy does more cocaine than I have ever seen a human take in my life.
Well, he does more cocaine than you, and that's saying something.
It is.
What's that noise? It's a police.
Now, this is as we go through these happy memories, such as the time when we killed Princess Diana and Dodie Fayed and their dog. It brings me back. It brings me back to when. Remember, Carlos, the first one we brought Bim Bop in on when we killed O.J. Simpson's wife.
Oh, the old slice and run.
Oh, Misa was very afraid.
That was when I made one of my all-time greatest friends, Kato Kalin.
Yes.
That guy, he was like, let's drown the bitch. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, we really got to cut it off.
Because a lot of
He was
people.
a man of ideas.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know Kato was the mastermind on that one.
Yeah.
He brought us in. He was searching for a crew experienced in wet work, as we are, and we came in there and we got the job done. You know what I mean? If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. But if Carlos is in the shit, then you just got hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it ain't been a good day unless you frame up OJ. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, baby.
Misa, remember when we killed the Beatles?
Oh, yeah, the slow burn. We've been killing them since the beginning.
Yeah.
We thought we'd go in hard with just John, but
No.
slowly you gave. Remember that I just kept giving John more and more exposure to microwave waves, and then he eventually it got him on a slow burn.
Misa dressed up like an Asian woman and married him for years.
Oh yeah, that's the classic.
Yeah.
That's why he don't remember his name, because this guy has been so many different people.
Misa, that was the first time I pulled what I call the cat in the box.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the cat in the box.
Tell us a little bit more, because of course we know what the cat in the box is. But for the listeners out there, what's this fucking piece of shit called, Carlos? What is this called?
The crime cast.
The crime. Oh yeah, that's all.
Crime.
Yeah.
Crime.
Cat in the box. That's when you impersonate another person for years and wed them and meet their whole family, and then you turned out to be not the person you thought that they thought you were.
Oh yeah.
Just like a cat in the box.
Oh yeah. Like,
Because you think it's a box, but
it's a
there's
cat.
a cat in there.
terrible.
I remember
This-
a thing where Bim Bop did the cat in the box. He did that cat in the box thing for 17 years on that friend of ours, Ronnie, just as a gag.
Oh yeah.
Married Ronnie for 17 years.
Oh yeah.
Sucked his dick 35,000 times.
It was uncomfortable.
On the 17th anniversary, he says, Miso did a gag. Cat in the box.
Miso did say that. Miso said that. Miso horny.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Misa, remember when we shot the president?
Which one? There's two.
Obama.
Well, I don't know. That's not. Didn't we even finish that one yet?
Ixnay on the giving out our plans.
We can't actually talk about this.
Yeah.
Out of fear of this is. Let's just this. We have no plan. Okay, we just need to explain.
Yeah. Remember
that we do
we've talked
not
about
have
this
plans to kill anyone.
Yeah.
This is just a fun crime cast
Yeah.
where people are being funny.
Yeah. Just funny. It's a joke amongst friends. You can't say that.
Cannot.
Oh boy. Now.
Misa misunderstood.
I will say that I do remember I was dating this woman, older woman, very beautiful woman. She was one of the most. She was something like 78 years old. Very beautiful woman.
How could I forget?
She had. She was a nanny. She was a beautiful woman, and she's dating. And I would come. I'd visit the kids, and she was great. And we would have great sex. But she would only let me do it in the butt. Very weird. Long story short, I find out this woman isn't everything I believe.
I know.
Turns out she's a transsexual person, which I'm usually open to. I like to have sex with a man, a woman, anything. Whatever. But they're lying.
Right.
The lying.
If I'm not mistaken, she was trying to get her kids back.
So, yeah. So, long story short, I find out this is all bullshit. So I string her up around the neck.
Yeah.
Just hang her. But she's really a man.
Misa, whoa.
Yeah, do you remember this?
Yeah. Can I say who I thought it was? Or you want to say Mrs.
Yeah, her name was Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what
Right.
she told me
Yeah,
her name was.
Mrs.
Yeah, but
Doubtfire,
it was somebody totally else.
Sure, Robin Williams.
Yeah, so I had to kill him.
Crimes of passion are never crimes. They're just moments of bliss.
So
I know that's
on from this, perfect crime stories of probably saying things that are probably going to lose all the listeners that whatever these people used to have.
Well, here's the nice thing about the crime cast. It's these people, they can't hold what's said on the crime cast against the host of the Rad Dudecast because we're not them.
We're not
You know what I
them.
mean?
Misa, yeah, that's right. But
We are different people.
We're different people. Misa once remembered when this man was putting people on trains to go to camps, and one man said to Misa, he said, make a list of all the people that you want to save, and I made a list.
You said it was him? To you? You were the man who made that list?
Made the list.
That was one of your many undiscovered talents. I did not realize that you were Clark Schindler?
Clark Schindler, a black and white person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
all right. Well, you see, it turns out we do crime, but we also save lives.
We got to save a few every now and
You
again.
got to. Now, that leads us perfectly.
Keep your enemies close and your friends closer.
Yeah, I don't know if that's... Yeah.
I don't know if that's a saying, but I
No.
do believe it. I do think it is good to do.
I say this. Here's what I always said. I learned this from my old man, Preco
Preakness Deli.
Preakness Deli Franzino, my old man. He said, keep your enemies close and your friends closer, and closest of all, the remote control. And he watched a lot of TV.
Okay, I want to show you guys on their agenda for the day. It says do fun characters. It says who will be you're in Brendan's chair, I guess. That's Mark Brendan. That is you.
I guess.
Who you'll play? It says some kind of race car driver ad lib, something like that. I'll
Can I be Bjork?
just question mark by your name. So I guess you just do whatever you want, and I'll set up the scene. We are in a broken down. What does that say? It's an old World War II building that has recently been bombed by the Germans, and the three of us meet, and we're supposed to do a character or something.
Okay, but let me run this by you.
Okay.
I'm gonna need your guidance on this. I'm not heavy on the improv. You know that I lean on you when it comes to this.
Yes, that's okay.
Because
I'm here.
I get stage fright.
Sure.
I'll be there to pick you up. I took years of training at a dojo.
Perfect.
Great.
Great.
He's a real loose. The more we get to know this Bing Bong, he's a real loose one.
Well, there's a reason we keep him around. You know what I mean? Because there's been many a time where we've run into a job that's too dirty, too filthy, too untouchable for men such as yourself and myself. And that's where Bim Bom comes into play.
A giant fish.
Because he's been at the top.
He just said a giant fish. Did anyone catch that?
Yeah, of course. That's why you can talk about him.
Just said that. He just said a giant fish.
And that,
What
Carlos,
the hell was it?
well, Carlos, and you know that's why you can talk about him right in front of him.
Yeah.
Because here we are discussing him, and he doesn't know. He thinks
That's
we're
the thing.
talking fish talk.
You and I, we know murder. We know the consequences. We accept it. I don't think he even knows what planet he's on.
He's living in a land where of gumdrops and fucking marmalade, my friend.
Yeah.
It's all a goddamn make-believe pie in the sky for that fella, and that's why we keep him around.
You need the loco man.
The best friend I've ever had.
Oh,
Don't
one
get
of the
me
great.
wrong.
I mean, who would doubt that?
Do you need money?
I'm okay.
need
I'm
money?
okay.
Thank you,
I'm
Ben.
Charlie.
He's also a billionaire, which is nice.
Yeah, he's got a
also
lot of
got
space
a
money.
lot of scratch from who God knows where.
My briberies.
All right, set us into this scene, my friend.
So we're in a World War II building. Again, I'm sorry for my accent. It does come in and out because I am from Arkansas, but I was raised by Mexican-American people, so my accent sometimes is that of a Bostonian and an Arkansanian, and okay.
The
So-
criminal's blessing, we call it.
You can take on any character.
Any face.
They talk to the cops. What did he sound like? I don't know. For 1 second he was Spanish. The next second he was an aristocrat from Monte Carlo. I couldn't tell you, officer, and that's why you're the best.
And that's why these characters, I am going to find myself having such a good time because I can do any voice. So, you will be whatever you want to be.
Race car driver.
Race
if I'm
car
not mistaken.
driver. I will play, it says here, President Reagan, and you are Bjork. Okay, now we have just been bombed. We are coming out. The sun is out, and the war is over. Action.
Scott Thurston, race car driver. Hit the gas and let's go fast.
President Reagan, how are you all today?
Bjork! I am a singer!
So, what, I am not much of an actor.
The
I like
war is over!
I like those tits, Bjork.
Thank
What
you!
I'd like to do is run a few laps on those. Scott Thurston, race car driver. I'm the fastest and the best. Vroom, vroom, Bjork.
Presidential election. Veto, veto, veto.
You can do what you like.
What kind of dick you working with, Ron? I'm Scott Thurston. I got 8 inches. Thick.
I am a president of the United States. I am a president.
I've got a big dick.
Scene. Okay, that's pretty much the scene. Is that good?
Let me tell you something. I went into that scene.
You're an amazing actor, by the way.
That was
Just
really,
wanted to say that.
That was
You
really,
really
good.
schooled us all on that.
Yeah, that was
Well,
pretty good.
if I say so myself, I actually was a little intimidated because here I'm doing it's like I'm doing this race car driver, but I just sound like myself, and these guys are nailing Ronald Reagan and Bjork like I thought I was in the goddamn room with the ex-president, the Hollywood president himself, and the greatest Swedish pop star of all time, Finnish, Icelandish. Who fucking knows?
I believe I'm from Iceland.
Okay, what's that second scene they got lined up there?
Okay, this one is okay, this says here we are 3 employees of RCN Cable Network, and we are going into 2 employees, and 1 person is getting their cable fixed. I am a beautiful woman, and you are 2 partners, but one of you is a celebrity. You can have fun, whichever one it is.
I guess I'll just be the cable guy.
Okay, but he's your new partner.
And I will be Batman's father.
Okay. Tell us.
Okay, and
tell
I
us
am
when
a-
you want us to start the scene.
And go.
Hello.
What are you doing in my house?
I don't. You called me.
No, I am. This is my house. This is my blonde, beautiful woman. I am getting the cable fixed. I'm waiting for the cable man.
Hey, how you doing? Tony,
What is this guy? Wait, hang on a second. Let me answer the door.
Tony
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Tony D'Annunzio with RCA Cable.
Good to meet you. Who is there? Is a person in my house?
I am Batman's father looking for my son.
Oh, yeah, that's my partner, Batman's father. We're just here to do a number on your cable. I'm Tony D'Annunzio with RCA. This is my partner,
Batman's father.
Batman's father.
I need to do a Google search for fuck's sake.
Matt.
No, Thomas.
I don't know if
Matt.
I don't know if I'm a little out of line here, man. But you are what I like to call a very good-looking lady.
I am very buxom, as they say. My Wi-Fi is out. I would like for you to check my Wi-Fi.
I'd like to check the Wi-Fi on your pussy. If you know what I'm saying.
Shirley dearly.
Can I use your telephone?
Don't put down my fish. Why are you touching my fish?
Because it may know things.
You can use the phone.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, Toots. I'm Tony D'Annunzio,
Hey,
cable
Tony
repairman,
D'Annunzio.
and I'd like to fuck you something silly.
Well, of course you will, but my Wi-Fi is very important. I have a meeting at 3 p.m. with a very high industry person in Celebrity Magazine.
I'm going to be honest with you. Do me a favor there, Batman's father. Go take a look at this Wi-Fi situation. I'm going to get my cock all greased up in a pussy.
Okay. Can I use your internet?
I don't have you. You're here to fix the internet, you fool.
We need to call someone about that.
You are the man I called, Batman's father.
Listen,
looking
Batman's
for my
father,
son.
as I've said to you when we do the training, there's going to be times when you got to stop looking for your son and we got to fix the cable or whatnot, because that's our job, you know what I mean?
Yes. You're fixed.
You just said that.
Yes.
The cable box is over there.
Well, hold on a second
Okay,
there,
I'm
man.
going to open the window.
First of all, I'm going to have to ask that you watch the tone you take with my partner. Second of all, go ahead and check your internet, because Batman's father's
hang on.
got a way of doing that where he just says it's fixed. Next thing you know, it's goddamn fixed.
I got 5 bars.
Yes.
5 internet bars.
Luck of the Irish.
You did
You
it
brown
again,
hair.
Batman's father. You did it again.
Now I shall do a Google search for my son.
Okay. I have a hint for you, my friend. I might know where he is.
Well,
As we've been calling you Batman's father this whole time, I would imagine he's Batman.
yes.
And possibly in Gotham City, not Englewood, New Jersey.
Listen, sweetheart, Tony D'Annunzio,
Let's
cable
go.
repairman.
Okay, Tony, go for it.
And I'm a little embarrassed I didn't think about that, because you bring up a great point. This whole time, he's been introducing himself as Batman's father. It never occurred to me, your son, probably Batman.
Your son is probably Batman.
Yes, that's a good point. Now, what about your situation with being with her?
Hang on, I've got this. Yeah. What is with that situation? I thought I was going to get my pussy all toned up.
Well, ma'am, Tony D'Annunzio, cable repairman here, and I think it's time to, first of all, if you could stop with the coughing, that's doing a number on my wood.
Well, I have, I tend to get phlegm, and if I don't clear it, see, I won't cough. You see what happens if I don't cough? I end up talking like this.
That's fine.
Oh, see, there we go. I clear it out
Yeah,
again.
well, I guess I'm gonna bend you over here if you don't
Bend me
mind.
over. Wait, I want to put on my costume.
Yeah, Tony D'Annunzio, cable repairman, bending you over now. Batman's father, if you could give me I'm gonna enter him now. I mean her. I'm
Open
gonna
that.
enter her.
Batman's father, I want to suck your dick as I am taking it from him.
Yes. Okay.
We are having sex, the 3 of us.
And
So
I
I've
found
got
my,
him,
My son is here.
Yeah,
Hello, my
Batman is
son.
here. Batman
Batman's
has
here.
just
Where's
entered.
Where are you? Father?
I'm right here,
Oh.
son, next to you.
I'm here.
Now, Batman, if you could check this out. Anyway, let me introduce myself, Tony D'Annunzio, cable repairman. You might notice I've got my cock in this woman's pussy here.
Oh, it's here. It's real. It's
And
live and it's been live and infectious.
What I'm doing is I'm putting it in, then I'm pulling it out a little bit, pushing it right back in.
Oh, I approve. This is a very good sexual method. It's weird to see my father, who I thought was dead, also rotisserieing some blonde woman, buxom, may I say, as you're fixing your cable.
I need to find my son.
What you talking about? I'm right here.
Okay.
Oh, this guy's crazy.
Oh, I'll tell you, this feels fantastic.
Oh, this is the best. And scene. Scene, is that good?
Boy, we've done it again.
Please, I think that was a good one.
I think that could be a movie.
We have done it again because I'll tell you why. There was, if I could just go through the checklist, and I don't want to pat ourselves on the back, but you had it all.
Mm-hmm.
You had suspense, you had action,
Mm-hmm.
and you had erotica.
I love a good erotica.
And those are the three,
Amigos.
I mean, he's just saying anything.
that's why we keep them around. Now,
I mean, you say a word and he just word associates it. It's not a conversation.
if I'm not mistaken, it's time for Kitties. It's time for Greco's Kitties Corner.
I love it. Can I just do a quick test before we do this?
Yeah, of course you can.
Bum Bum.
Bum bum.
See, I say Bum Bum, then he just repeats his name. I just want to do a quick... What planet are you from?
Misa Gungan.
Oh, that's okay. That was a legitimate answer. 1 out of 1.
Now, let's do a simple word association test with you.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Carlos de Carlos is going to say a word to you. And Bim Bop, what I want you to do... Now, concentrate, because I see you going where you go.
Yeah.
Concentrate to the directions
Sit
of
down.
the test. I
Sit
see
down.
your head floating up into La La Land. Carlos de Carlos is going to say a word. Now, we're going to test your mental acuity. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. When he says a word, I want you to say the first word that word makes you think of.
Okay. You ready?
So ready.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Yep, that's just the same word.
That's okay.
Lamborghini, I think.
Now we're gonna start over. Now you and I don't blame you
It's
because
an Italian ram.
now it did make sense.
Italian
What you
ram.
did make sense. So I'm gonna change the thing a little bit. First word that comes to mind that is not exactly the same or rhyming with the word that was just said to you. Because I don't blame you for thinking that. Someone says Lamborghini to me, I also think of Lamborghini. Okay.
Clearly,
now-
the first thing you think is Lamborghini because it just came into your head.
right. So now we're gonna start that
No
over.
fault. Okay.
Now, are you clear with the rule I just said?
Yes.
Okay.
Hamster.
Lamborghini.
Okay, clear your mind of Lamborghini.
Yes.
Clear your mind of
Yes.
Lamborghini. Fresh smelling.
Smelling fresh.
All right, okay. This,
Well,
I don't know that he has more than a 2-second brain.
No, it's it's like the brain of a goldfish, but that comes in handy on every crime we do.
It does because he can't rat you out because he doesn't know where he was.
He doesn't know where he
He
is.
doesn't know who he is.
He doesn't know what's right, what's wrong. Like, for instance, watch this, okay? Bim Bop,
Yes.
follow me along. I got a little word problem for you.
Misa follow.
Okay, you've got a gun,
Yes.
and there's one bullet in that
Yes.
gun. Don't look at a hole in your shirt. I don't know what you're doing. You've got a gun. One bullet is in that gun.
Misa.
In front of you appears
Mm-hmm.
a Nazi SS guard holding a knife to a small child's throat. And next to him is an old lady petting a puppy. Who do you shoot with your one bullet?
Misa shoot the puppy.
The dog.
Misa, yeah, because it's not a human life.
Oh. Oh.
See, he doesn't know. There's no, and what he said makes sense in a way, if you follow.
In a
but
way.
it's a skewed sense of values that have.
Misa thinks you can convince the Nazi guard to not be so mean, but a dog is a dog. Maybe the
In a
Nazi
sense-
guard can go on to do great things because no one knows his capabilities, but he was just brainwashed by a cruel dictator, but a dog is a dog.
If you see what I've just demonstrated to you, he's a what I call, I believe psychologists call, he's a moron genius.
Yeah, or backwards brained.
Yeah, he's backwards brained, which
Misa
oftentimes
brains in my foot.
are the greatest brains of all because
Yes.
he's made great sense. What say that Nazi guard goes on to invent teleportation? You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Oh, you're going in. I cut you off before. You had a segment you wanted to do.
Well, this is Greco's Kitty Corner, where we all, as we all started crime.
Crime.
In our youth,
Crime.
Crime.
in our youth, we thought coming into this podcaster we took over today that it might be a good idea. What can we do? What good can we do in the world? Well, we'll have a kiddies corner, and we'll have a little segment where we give advice to the kids out there in the world. First piece of advice: never, and I mean never, go to school.
No.
No, that's where the books are.
Books are the enemy.
And they're heavy when you get hit with them.
Yeah. Greco's kitty corner advice number 2: your parents, throw them in the trash.
Good advice. Good, sound, solid advice.
Good.
Throw your parents in the trash. I like that. Let me throw one out for you. I'm blanking.
I'll do one.
Okay.
Always pay when people ask.
No, that's not crime.
That's not
Oh.
crime.
That's just a transaction.
Now, another
You just
third
performed a transaction.
piece of Greco's kitties corner would be if there is a local affiliate of the Foot Clan, join that up. Now, don't make it a lifelong thing because you're going to want to advance beyond that. But for a teenager, it doesn't get much better than the Foot Clan.
Oh, yes.
You're going to be down there under the sewers. You've got a video game arcade,
Yes, yeah.
a half pipe going. You work for Shredder. It's a great fun. We all did a little time in the Foot Clan as young men.
You got to.
Yeah.
That you got to.
You fight those turtles.
2 months.
Yeah.
2
2
months.
months?
Mm-hmm. 2 months. Then they kick me out.
For what?
Briberies.
The briberies again. Who are you bribing?
Yeah, I don't.
Whoever.
You've been
For what?
He's been telling us this
Whatever.
bribery tune for years. Now, who exactly or what you bribing, and what are you getting out of these bribes?
I try to get whatever they have for whatever I want.
Give me an example, if you would.
Pretty good.
Okay. Well, now what do you have that's most valuable to you?
Actually, hold on. I just had a rethink. I just had a rethink. Because maybe if you're doing it as Bim Bop, you're going to have trouble actually facilitating how it actually goes down. So, an idea I had, Carlos de Carlos, I want you to play famed
Famed
television
television.
Tybo star Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks, of course.
So you're Billy Blanks.
Of course.
Bim Bop,
Yes.
you, sir, are none other than the legendary Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin.
Yes.
So you're Regis Philbin.
Yes.
You're coming into Billy Blanks. Use one of your primo bribes on Billy Blanks. Go ahead, Regis.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What do you have most valuable?
I got 2 legs with muscles, 2 arms, muscles. I'm a muscle man.
Now, what I offer is unbridled wealth for your muscles.
You want to take the muscles off my skin?
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to be possible.
Big surgeries.
Big surgeries?
Big surgeries.
Big surgeries. And I'll just be bones.
Yes, but you'll be leaner. And Halloween, you won't need a costume.
Oh, now you're talking my language. Leanality is all Billy
Leanality.
Blanks looks,
Yes.
loves, feels.
Because you're going after is weight loss, and you can reach the ultimate goal, which is just bones. And then you can show up in biology classrooms and make money.
Billy Blanks loves money and leanality. I'm sold.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
How would you like to be a millionaire?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I would love to be a millionaire.
Great. Now I have your muscles.
We have to do the surgeries.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now, here's where I'd like to interject. Again, first of all, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal Regis Philbin impersonation.
Thank you.
Now, Billy, as you've said, Carlos, you're not an actor.
I don't see myself. Yep.
I don't hold that against you. But the Regis Philbin was spot on.
I've been
Yeah.
working on it.
Now, here, and Carlos, maybe you can give me a hand here, because I think part of our duty as criminal mentors to Bim Bop is to really work through these type of things. Now, as far as I can tell, what's happened in this transaction is you have paid Billy Blanks millions of dollars. And what you have gotten in return is a scrap of human meat.
Yes.
So you paid millions of dollars for a worthless scraps of muscle that have been removed from a human. So I'm not following where you're profiting in this situation.
Let's sell the muscles.
Okay, we go to sell the muscles.
I sell the muscles to people who want them.
Yeah, but I don't know if we really have reached that point in technology where you can remove Billy Blank's muscles
My muscles have been removed.
and put them on another man.
Yes, but soon one day we will, and then I'll be a rich man because I'll be the pioneer of it because I've got all the muscles.
All right. Well, maybe if you could bring us back a little bit, because we do love exploring your back history. As one of the premium members of our crime crew, tell us a little bit about how you made all your bribery money in the first place.
Well, because I invested.
He always just gives you half. He'll never give you all of it.
I invested in things such as salts and technology. I put a lot of my money in phones.
So you, if I could follow along, you made all your money in salts, technology, and phones.
Yes, the triple-headed monster of business.
What was that? That's what I want to know is, what was that trick? Hello, you're my investing man. Let me ask you a question. I want to give you a bunch of money. Okay, where do I put the money? I want you to put the money in salts. Okay, hang on. I got to get the file for salts. Here's the file. Put your money in here. Let me get you, what else? Technology. iPhones? No. All of technology. A grand investment in anything moving forward with metal, plastic, or non-human elements. Okay. What else? Phones. Isn't that in technology?
I feel like we covered that in technology.
You do a good businessman.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let me say this before we go. I do have one rule that I would like to throw out for crime numbers, for crime advice. When a woman, if you want to have sex with a woman, and she says to you, no, what you need to do is then rape her. Now, how do you do this? You go up to her and you offer her something like a brand new Mercedes. And she says, I love this Mercedes. And you say, do you love it enough for me to have sex with you? And then she will look at you and she will say, no, 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 no. Then you fill up that Mercedes with creams and lotions and things for her that she will like to make her feel pretty on the inside and, effective as a woman, okay? And you purchase these things and you take her to dinners. And eventually, when you put enough time in, she will fall in love with you. And she will take you back to her bed and she will say, have sex with me. And you will rape her.
Now, again, first of all, if I could say, again, and I don't have a problem with it because I'm not pro-rape. I don't like rapists. They're looked down upon. That's a shitty crime. I'm not for it.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, what you're describing, again, I've said it before. I don't mean to offend you or anything. Clearly consensual sex.
It's not consensual if you buy her medallions. So, when you get her some kind of jewels, and she says, enter me, ask her a question like, do you like fish and mustard? And when she goes, no, you go, ah! And, as long as the word no is being said, then you're fine.
Again, I think what you've done is created this medallion rule in your head because I'm pretty sure the medallions don't come into play.
As long as a woman says no at some point about anything when you're having sex, you've raped her.
But let me ask you this. The woman who you're fornicating with,
yes,
she wants to be fornicating with you.
She loves having sex with me. I have a very large penis and I'm very romantic.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. I think it's harmless if we let you think that you're raping a lady when you're actually doing consensual sex. Then that's fine. I think that's better than if you were actually a rapist. But you know,
Just keep talking.
I don't know. What do you think, Bimbop?
I think whatever is between a man and a woman is their own business, especially if it's in a car and creams are involved.
Well, Bimbop, you've said it again.
Oh, okay. Well, we have one final crime of passion. It is coming to an end. We have 2 minutes left on the podcast. We have to decide now, what are we going to do with these 3 people?
This Greg, so-called Greg, and Anthony and Brendan, who run this piece of shit podcast. Now, say me again how much they owed us.
$90 each,
Yes,
give or
Bimbop,
take.
do the math on that.
$270.
$270.
Fantastic. It's very odd because his brain is like an empty goddamn tuna fish can, and then you say these math things and he knows it like that.
Like a crazy person.
Yeah, very odd.
Numbers comfort me. The rest is frightening.
270 plus 5.
What's that? Yeah,
275.
Wow.
he's good.
That's the only one I know.
Now, I don't know. You know, certainly we can all agree. We've done some dirty things for less than $270.
Yes. Mere looks.
I've killed for looks. I've killed for crooks. I've killed for cooks. I've killed for books. I've killed in nooks. I've killed for jooks. And a lot of people don't know what jooks are. It's a guy I know. I killed a man for him.
Yeah. Jukes was good.
He was a good
Yeah,
man.
good heart.
3 legs.
Yeah, that's what they call him. 3-leg jukes.
Well, that was because he had 3 legs.
Yeah, that's why I call him that.
Now, Bimbop, I say the only way to do it fairly is we take a vote.
Yes.
Give me the yay or nay. Are we killing these crumbs?
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Goes without saying.